If I lost absolutely everything and I had to start from ground zero, this is what I'll do in 2025 to start from absolutely zero to at least $300 every single month in 2025 using free tools and smart AI automation softwares. Now stick with me to the end because I'm going to show you how I build accounts from ground zero, literally from absolute nothing, from scratch, up to thousands and thousands of clicks every single day. I'm going to share everything in this video for free. It's going to be a short one, but I'm going to keep it concise, giving you all my strategies and blueprints up front. Let's get into today's video. So you've joined me inside of the $100 to $300 a day blueprint on Pinterest, and this is what I would do right now if I was starting from scratch in 2025. Now I've got a really detailed blueprint here, but I'm not going to go through all of it right now. We're going to go through every single step so that it doesn't overwhelm you and it keeps it super simple, and that's what I want to do in today's video. So step one, we're going to set up a Pinterest business account. Let me show you how to do that right now. So this is the Pinterest business page. Once you are here and you're ready to set up an account, we're going to click sign up. Then we are going to click a free business account on the bottom here. Make sure you do that because if not, you will not have any access to any analytics. Fill out your email address, a password and a date of birth, and then you're going to be taken through to the next page. Once you're here, you can add a name in, pretty much anything that you want. I would suggest you have it as a name that's related to your niche, whatever that's going to be. This is in the home decor, so of course I've gone for something home decor related. Use ChatGPT or something AI related for your about us information, and then of course add your website in, and then a simple username. Okay, that's all going to be added in. Of course, you can add the email address in, and just all of the small things that you do for your business account just to keep it and look it professional. Super important, you want to click on claim the external accounts on the left hand side here, and then claim your website. If you don't do that, you won't get any access to analytics, and you need that to double down in the next few months. This is how I generate millions of clicks every single month. So make sure you have analytics claimed on Pinterest. And just to give you some context before I even get into the entire blueprint, this is one of the blog posts that I use. So this is one of my home decor blog posts. Please don't copy everything you see here. This is just because I want to share it with you so you can see a live example. So what I do is I create blog posts, I create pins, I utilize AI, and I make serious income online with ad revenue and affiliate income. This is my Pinterest account, and I've created a pin here as an example. When someone sees this, if they're looking for gamer bedroom setup ideas, they'll see this awesome pin, they will click visit site, and they will go over to my blog and read it. This is an example of the blog post. So once they're here, they will go through this blog post, and every time someone hits this page, I'm going to make money with ads. And I get paid a certain amount, pretty high amount to be fair, with my ad networks that I currently have. And also, as this post starts to rank up in the Pinterest algorithms, I'm going to add some affiliate things. So probably something to do with gaming, maybe gamer chairs, maybe gamer mouses, maybe gamer desktops, something of that nature. So anytime someone clicks through to this website, I'm going to have more than one way to make income. And of course, as you've seen here at the bottom, I'm going to have someone subscribe to my list as well. So when the time's right, I can send them an email and then again, have additional revenue. So that's step one, set up a business account. That's probably the easiest step and the one that I would recommend everyone start up with. So simple step one, let's go over to step two now. Quick pause, if you are enjoying the content and you really want to unlock the next level of success with Pinterest, then I urge you to sign up to my newsletter. I'm sharing the best tips, the most up-to-date tips, things that are working for me in 2025 in detail with step-by-steps of exactly how I am growing my Pinterest accounts across my several accounts, plus all my agency accounts. Plus I have around 20 or so blueprints that give you the step-by-step methods of how I scale out accounts up to $10,000 with no jargon or fluff. Just exactly what I do and all the tools I use to scale up my Pinterest accounts. If you're interested, this is all 100% free, so please sign up with the link below this video. Let's carry on. Step two is, again, super simple step. We are going to find, using free tools, some of the keywords that we're going to use to create our blog post, to create our pins, and to send thousands and thousands of visitors back to our blog and make money. Now, how do we do that? Is we are going to use a free tool called Pinterest Trends. I'm going to show you that right now. And we're going to search for niche ideas in some of the more popular niches on Pinterest itself. And again, I'll show you the top three. We're going to look for long tail keywords, trending keywords, and also some low competition keywords. And I'm also going to give you a small bonus of some of the kind of fine tuning in terms of keywords if you want to delve a little bit deeper and find some undercover keywords that probably will be slightly easier to rank for. I'll show you those. Let's get into that now. So head over to trends.pinterest.com. You'll see the screen here. And on the top here, you can pretty much type any keyword that you want. Now, again, this is a home decor account that I have, but you can use this account or any account to look at the trends for any search volume in any niche area. So first off, I'd recommend you sort this by monthly trends here. And then on the center here within the keywords, you'll see all of these juicy keywords with really high search volume keywords. And what I would suggest you to do is to choose one of these that have really high keyword volumes and go into a niche in that area. So if we scroll from the top, we can see hairstyles are doing really well, nails are doing quite well. We have dinner ideas and recipes doing fantastically. There are some seasonal keywords here. So this is 4th of July, in and around that time that I'm recording this video. Outdoor travel is doing quite well. And there's, as you can see, there's tons of really, really big niches that you can choose from. If you want to really delve deep, you have the interests that you can check here. And the three that I'd recommend you go into if you're starting from beginner is going to be fashion, specifically women's fashion, food and drink, which I think is probably one of the easiest niches to go into. And my personal favorite is going to be home decor. I just think it's really cool because it has no real big seasonal elements to it, and it goes and expands evergreen across the entire year. So head over to Pinterest Trends, click those three interests on the side here, click on the monthly trends on the side here, and then you can scroll through the search volume and pick out a really juicy keyword or set of keywords that I think will work. Now for our example, I'm going to use recipes because I think recipes are, again, a fantastic niche on Pinterest, and it's very easy for anyone to understand and also apply. So let's only click on food and drinks and unclick the rest. And then this is what I'd recommend you do, okay? Scroll down probably to about halfway in the search volume on some of these keywords and open around 10 or so of the keywords with super high search volume, as you can see here. Relatively high considering, because these are the bigger keywords within the recipe niche. And just have a look at them, okay? So we'll open up a few of these now and I'll show you some really cool things. So this is the kind of homepage for every single keyword. So this is salmon recipes keyword, as you can see here. You can compare it against other keywords with similar words in the actual search box at the top here if you need to. And also you get this really cool graph that gives you a trend based on the keyword across the entire year, and then a prediction on where it potentially will go in the next few months, which is pretty cool because you will know if it's going to trend up or trend down, and then you can choose the keyword based on that. So salmon recipes, as you can see, takes a little dip at the end of the year, but for the rest of the year, it's quite evergreen. As you scroll down, you can see some related trends here. So I'll add a few of these on that I think look generally quite helpful. And we can, again, go through some of those to see what works and what doesn't. And one small tip for you is if you do use some of the related trends at the bottom, remove the biggest trend because you won't be able to see the prediction lines of the rest. Then here is where I would spend a little bit more time, because I generally won't take the most biggest and juiciest keywords straight away because there's just too much competition. I would press some of the related trends and then find one or two that I think is the most relevant. And in our example, just by looking at this very quickly for the last 10 to 15 seconds, I can see Mediterranean meals are doing really, really well right now, and they're seeming to trend up, which is pretty cool. So I may choose that keyword. I'd also choose healthy fish recipes because I think it's generally quite evergreen, and I don't want something that's always seasonal in my Pinterest account. So I'm going to balance seasonality and I'm going to balance evergreen keywords. And those two keywords for Mediterranean meals and healthy fish recipes hit both of those areas. So we're going to grab those and put them into a text document, and we'll choose those for later. Now, one more small thing that you can use, and remember, this is all free. So feel free to just kind of go through this and grasp and understanding of it. You can see some of the demographics here, which is really, really interesting because you get to understand who your audience is, and then you can create your pins based on those audiences. So for example, for our keywords, and I'm going to remove the healthy salmon dinner one because we're not using that one. So for our evergreen keyword and our trending keyword, we can see a majority of the audience is female. And we can also see that a majority of our audience is between 25 and 34. So when you're creating your pins, make sure that you create it with that audience in mind. And again, if you have any issues, just put things into AI, so ChatGPT, for example, and ask it, what is the best way to create a pin for a 25 to 34-year-old woman living in the USA, because this is where we're targeting for this particular keyword, and it will give you some fantastic inspiration. Now, on top of that, you can just click on the popular pins at the bottom here, and then you can see exactly what Pinterest is showing for these keywords. So really, there is no guesswork, okay? You know who the audience is, you know the keyword is trending, and you have some fantastic examples to create for your own pins. So if you want to create them yourself, or if you want to use AI, you can pretty much mimic these and use this as inspiration. And then you can go through, scroll down, find the ones that are sticking out the best, which some of these look fantastic and super juicy. And then just very easily copy these in a smart and competitor-free way. And again, for our second keyword, healthy fish recipes, you can see there's lots of greens and lots of healthy colors, which is a little bit different to our other keyword. And then again, you can grab some of these, click into some of these pins and get an inspiration of what works and what doesn't. Now, as you can see, that was one keyword that we have now broken down into multiple keywords. I'm going to give you one more small strategy in this video, and I'm going to keep it relatively simple because I don't want to get too overwhelmed with keyword research, because that in itself could be another video. But do you see these really cool bubbles here? You can see these are related bubbles based on our sub keyword here at the top, healthy fish recipes. So you can click on some of those bubbles and also some of these in the drop down menu, and you'll be able to go even deeper with your keyword. Okay, so let's click on, for example, tilapia healthy fish recipes, And now we're going to get everything that's tilapia based, okay? And then we can go back and we can click on another keyword that maybe we can click on dinner. So healthy fish recipes for dinner. Then we're going to get a fantastic array of different dinner keywords. And what I'd recommend you do is grab about 10 or so of these ones that are bubble related. So we had one that was tilapia based, one that was dinner based, and then some of these that are potentially, these are all bubbles as well, by the way, they're just laid out a little bit differently. So maybe for kids, grab around 5 to 10 for every single keyword that you choose, and then you'll be really in the zone if you're looking to scale your Pinterest campaigns. If that is a bit too much for you, then let's not do any of those things. Just grab the main keyword here and also the main keyword here, which is Mediterranean meals, put it into a text document, and then we'll use those to create our pins with. And as I mentioned, remember, that was just one of the examples. These are the other juicy keywords that we found, and we'll go in and do some really cool keyword research for these. Once you do this multiple times, you're going to have tens to maybe hundreds of keywords that you can attack. This is how you create $100 to $300 per day keyword research campaign, and this is what I do with all my campaigns. Okay, so let's go over to step 3 now. So we have done our business account, we've done our keyword research, super important. Now we're going to create a free blog post manually or with some AI tools. Now again, I'm not going to go into like the exact details on all of the ways to create blog posts in this video because I have other videos that go through that, but I will give you some suggestions on what I use. So the first 3 tools that I would recommend you use, well, first off, you can write it yourself, okay? So that takes no skills in terms of using any new tools. You can just create a blog post yourself. If you are a writer, that makes a ton of sense, and you can kind of go in and get that all created and scheduled for the week or for the month. If you, however, want to utilize some AI tools, or maybe if you want to get someone else to write it, that makes full sense. Also, I would say if you're going to use AI, I would definitely use ChatGPT. You can give it fantastic prompts in today's day and age. Feel free to sign up to my email list if you want some prompts on what I use to generate listicles with ChatGPT. I will send it there. There's a link below this video in the description to my email list. It's 100% free, so feel free to sign up to that. Content Goblin is a really, really smart place to go to create listicles, and I'll show you a quick example in a second with how I do that. And then also one tool that I've been using and testing recently is a tool called SEOwriting.ai. And this one, again, similar to AI writing tools, just gives you some SEO friendly AI written templates with a ton of different prompts that you can use. So pretty much any keyword that you're looking to generate, you can use this tool to generate some additional posts for your blog. However, right now, I'd recommend you use Content Goblin. I've used it in the past many times, and it's very, very simple to use, and it's also beginner friendly. So bear that in mind. Going to sign up, I think it has some free credits, or if not, the pricing is here. It's very, very affordable. Once you're ready, hit login. Once you're inside Content Goblin, you're gonna go over to image listicles on the left-hand side there. We can play with some of these image quality sections. I'm gonna use better, and I'm gonna use section type long. So I want some of the text in between every image to be slightly long. I'm going to grab my keyword here, the one that we already researched from step 2, that we know is trending, we know has juicy keywords, and it is a kind of tier 2 keyword. So we'll grab this and put it in. And we could also add an additional prompt in here for the images, but I'm not going to do that today, again, because it takes a little bit longer. But again, if you want any prompts, sign up to my email list. I've got all the prompts there and information, all free. It's all free in the blueprint section within my email list. So sign up to that. It's in the link below this description. We can also add some images here. 10 should be fine. Usually I do around 15 or 20, but we'll do 10 for today and hit generate. Now that's probably going to take about 30 to 45 seconds to create in terms of Content Goblin and the resources. While it's doing that, please subscribe to this channel. I really would appreciate it. These videos do take a little while to create and also to research, put together, edit, format, etc. So if you can subscribe now, I'd be super, super appreciative. And also it kind of shows me that you care about the channel and that the content is really good. So I would appreciate it. And it takes literally like 2 seconds to subscribe. So please subscribe. Anyhow, so this looks almost done now. And as you can see here, the finished listicle looks a little bit like this. So we have some text. We also have some really cool and really friendly AI created images. So this one is around vegetables. This one's around shrimp tacos. These images look really tasty if I've been super honest, considering that it's AI. If you don't like the image, or if you just prefer to change it, you can also always regenerate it, and also regenerate it with a prompt here. That's super simple. And then also one thing I'd recommend when you're creating some of these posts from Content Goblin or any AI tool is just have a read through and make sure that all of the text makes sense and that there is no like issues, spelling mistakes or anything when it comes to recipes, because people will follow these. Potentially you can actually edit it yourself, so modify some of it, maybe add in a few recipes yourself, and really get to grips and spend some time on some of these posts. Considering it's taken 45 seconds to create, you can probably spend about 4 or 5 minutes just giving it an extra touch. And in general, when you're scaling and you've got hundreds of articles, it will make all the difference, and probably people will stay on page a little bit longer and you'll earn more money. Right now, these images are fantastic, so I'm happy with these. As I mentioned, I might change some of the text, but when you're ready, you click on Create WordPress Draft here, and you can automatically sync it to your WordPress account. Click 2 buttons and it will publish on your site, and that is your blog post completed. Now, usually if you're using any of the content, AI content tools that I've mentioned, these kind of SEO friendly tips and tricks will be automatically added into your AI article, which is pretty cool. You can do this in pretty much a few clicks of the button, so feel free to spend time with AI tools because you can leverage your time and get as many blog posts created as possible. But of course, they need to be high quality, and to do that, you have to manually check them. Now, step 4 is creating pins, okay? Once you've done step 1 to 3, you're almost there. This is pretty much the last step. I'm going to give you some really, really cool hacks to use and strategies that I use to save my time, leverage AI, sometimes spend a little bit of money, but if you have the budget and you want to save your time, I'll show you where to smartly spend some investment cash to save your time. If you've got no money up front, then feel free to just use some of the free tools that I'm going to recommend as well. So when it comes to pins, you do want to create vertical pins. You want to have bold and strong imagery, and you want to include your brand or your name and logo on the actual pin itself. And now, as I mentioned, if you're not sure what they should look like, just go over to your competition. You can see these look pretty awesome, if I'm being honest. And they are really, really cool. So some of them have collages, so more than one image within it. Many of them do. You can also see these have really, really cool text and fonts, quite bold and in your face, and lots of greens also in the actual pin itself. Okay, so healthy fish recipes. Now, if you are on a budget and you want to keep all of your expenses low, then go over to Canva. It's 100% free. You can even start a trial for free for their premium tools and get access to their thousands and thousands. I think it's like 100,000 different templates for free. So feel free to utilize that. These tools have tons of people that are signing up for free every single day. So feel free to do the same. Type in Pinterest food pin template, and then we can use one of the pin templates that we find here. And these are going to be all the templates that you can potentially use on Canva itself. I would try to use one that matches the competition as much as possible. So this one looks pretty cool because it's got collages and it's got some really nice text that you can use on the inside. Click Customize as Template. And then of course, replace out all these images with some healthy fish recipes. You can use things like Pixabay or other royalty-free image websites. Add in healthy fish recipes and grab some of these photos for free. Also, places like Pexels does really, really well. Again, you can add in these keywords and find free images to use in your actual Canva template. Now, that is the manual way to do it, and that is the budget-friendly way to do it, basically free. If you have a small budget, then I'd recommend you popping over to Blog2Pin or Content Goblin. Right now, I'm being testing out Blog2Pin, and it does really well in terms of its AI creation pin tools. So let's head over there very quickly. So this is Blog2Pin. This is one of the automation tools that I use for my Pinterest scheduling, also to create AI pins, and also to generate unique titles and descriptions, and even boards on my Pinterest account. I have a fantastic tutorial on how to use Blog2Pin, and I'll add a link below in the description to check it out. Blog2Pin is a free tool to use to start off with, and I'd 1000% recommend it. So feel free to head over there. Again, link in the description. Let me show you how I use it to create AI pins. So this is the Blog2Pin dashboard. This is some of my pins that I've created for one of my DIY and crafts websites. These are some really, really cool pins that are yet to be actually added to my site. All I've got to do is click on the tick button. These pins will be automatically added, and as you can see, these are 5 per day. This literally takes me about 10 minutes to do, and they're scheduled for the entire month, and this is why I would 1000% recommend Blog2Pin. But for now, let me show you how to generate some AI pins. Click over to the AI pin section on the left hand side here. I will click one of the pages that I want to create an AI pin for. And of course, this is in the crafts niche, so this is all craft related. There's nothing food related here, but it's just an example for you to use. So you'll select your page here. You can change the style type. Okay, we're going to hit auto for now, and then you can select your number of pins here, and then click generate pin. So as you can see, the pin has been generated here. Let's try one more. We can click on a different page and try a slightly different one. You can also add a pin text overlay here, so something along the lines of, we can change the style type again, we'll add collage, and then we'll select the number of pins here and hit generate. And remember, once you integrate your website with Blog2Pin, all of your pages are going to be here listed, so you can very easily click any of the pages that you want, and then once you're ready, add a pin text overlay, click one click, and then you'll generate a pin. And this is the pin that is generated. We can probably change it a little bit. We can add things, we can remove things. But for now, I think considering it took about 30 seconds or so to create, and we can create multiple of these in a relatively short amount of time, this is a really smart way to utilize your time, spend a little bit of money up front, which I think is literally a few dollars, and then you can create these AI pins and get them scheduled out as fast as possible. Okay, cool. So we have created our pins now. We have done step 1, step 2, step 3, and step 4. We've pretty much completed the process, okay? So between setting up our business account, finding some really cool juicy keywords, we've created some really cool blog posts that are listicle friendly and Pinterest friendly. And also I've given you free ways to do creation of pins, and also paid ways, but realistically budget friendly ways to create AI pins that save your time. Now, step 5 is going to be scheduling your pins. Now, to be honest, there's 2 ways to schedule your pins, okay? You can either do it natively, so just pretty much going on Pinterest, and I'll show you how to do it in a second. Or, as I mentioned previously, you can do it with blog to pin, and I'll give you an example of how to do that too. Let's get into that right now, and that is the last step. So when you're on Pinterest and you've created your pin now, okay, you've got your blog post, it's all ready to go. You click on the Pinterest logo in top here and click create pin. Here you can add your title, you can add your description, you can add your link, you can add your board. Lastly, you can add some tags, and then of course, most importantly, you're going to drag and drop your pin in. Now, once you've done all those things, that is pretty much the entire pin creation process done. It takes about 35 to 45 seconds to create each pin. However, why I would recommend that you use blog to pin as opposed to going natively is because you're going to have access to all of blog to pin's tools, including the AI pin that I mentioned before. Also, blog to pin creates all of your boards for you, so you don't really have to do anything else, and they utilize it with AI and SEO friendly titles and descriptions. And lastly, blog to pin creates a month worth of pins pretty much upfront, where you're going to probably have to do it natively every single day and spend in a few minutes or potentially longer depending on how you're creating your pins as well. Now, I'm not going to go into specifically how to set up blog to pin because I have a 30-minute video on how to set it up, but what I will show you is once your account is set up, which doesn't take too long, you can very easily click into the pins that it has generated for you. So you can see some of the ones that I have for my crochet niche here, and you can double check them, make sure they look healthy, make sure they look correct, and they are optimized correctly. And then when you're ready, just press this blue button here, and then it sends out 5 pins for you automatically by itself, integrated with the tool. And this is all API friendly with Pinterest, so there's not going to be any issues there. So as you can see, I'm literally pinning for the entire week. This is for the rest of this week. I also do go in every now and again and check to make sure that the actual pins themselves are correct. And if I don't like anything, I can either change out some of the images here, as it mentions, or I can just reject this pin and it will give me another one, okay? So I can add another pin into the schedule. But this is why I do prefer blog to pin, because I'm pretty much just generating all my pins for the entire week, and I can go through and do it by the month as well. And just from top level, in terms of looking down, it shortcuts the entire process, and I'm all about shortcuts to make sure that I spend less time on the things that a tool can do and more times on the most important things, like potentially keyword research and making sure that I have the right ad network. So feel free to check out blog to pin. Again, there is a link below this video. I'd 1000% recommend you check it out, and I do use it across multiple of my accounts on Pinterest right now. Cool, so we've basically come to the end of the video. I want to give you one more small thing that I think you should bear in mind, especially if you're taking some of the things in this video as important and you're going to actually apply it and do it pretty much from today onwards. So once you've done step 1 to 5, the next step is to rinse and repeat. And this is what I do with all of my accounts to get it to continue to grow over thousands of clicks every single day, and continue to increase my income to up to $10,000 every single month. So first off is I'm going to review my Pinterest analytics. Usually I'll do it weekly, but only after the first 6 to 8 weeks you're going to get results in, because that's generally how long it takes for every pin to rank. So after the first 6 to 8 weeks, review your Pinterest analytics and see what's working and what's not. And super important, you want to double down on what's working, okay? For some reason, this is the thing that most of my kind of coaching clients are kind of struggle with, and it's just understanding how to double down, where to double down, and how to look at your analytics and see exactly what's working and what's not. Now, if you want me to go into more detail into that, again, please subscribe to my newsletter. I'll leave a link below this video. That gives you all of the insights into what to look for in your analytics and why you should double down on what's working, and also how to. Now, generally, once I've found what's working and what's not, I create more blog posts in that particular area and do some more keyword research. And also, lastly, one thing I would suggest is that you do this continuously, okay? So step 1 to 5 for at least 3 months consistently, every single day with at least 5 pins per day, utilizing potentially some AI tools like blog to pin, which will make things easier. But if you do this, you're going to start to see some traction in your account, and then you can go into your account and see what's working and do more of the things that's working and less of the things that's not. Okay, cool. So you've got to the end of this video. Congratulations. Most people probably haven't. If you have and you are serious about taking your online education, but more importantly, your campaigns and earning income online to the next level, and you understand what needs to be done, but you just don't have the time to do it because you have tons of other things happening. You have some cash that you have for an investment, and you want someone that's an expert at these type of things to do all for you, then potentially we could work together. Now, I've just set up a done for you Pinterest passive income system, and here's what's included. So you do have to pay for the hosting and also the domain, but once you pay for those things, I will set up the entire blog for you, bring in my AI expertise with the actual themes themselves, and add all of my plugins that I know that are the best plugins that work with Pinterest and that work with WordPress, and also some of the secure plugins to make sure that you have the most up-to-date website structural foundation possible, and also give you some smart WordPress tools that haven't really shared with anyone else. So that's all part of the done for you package too. Smartly, I'm going to do all the content creation for you. So that's using AI tools, also manually editing things. So using Canva, because I actually do both. So we're talking about hundreds of pins that I'm going to be doing for you on a month-to-month basis. I'm going to do all the pin design for you, all the creation for you, all the scheduling for you, going natively, also sometimes using blog to pin. Again, I like to use both. I'm going to do the full keyword research. So that same keyword research that I showed you that took literally about 10 to 15 minutes, I'm going to do that for your entire account and build out hundreds and hundreds of trending, high commercial value keywords for your niche area. And the ones that I know that does really, really well in terms of ad revenue too, I'm going to include all that in the done for you service. I'm going to give you access to all my premium tools. So there are going to be some tools that I'm going to include for free, so you don't have to pay anything extra. And also, most importantly for you, is I'm going to give you strategy support and reporting on a month-to-month basis, and pretty much create the foundational and also the structural basis of your account, and continue to grow the account as if it's my own, but of course you own it, but you're utilizing all my skills and also my team skills as part of your package. So this pretty much is hands-free, it's all automated, and we do all the hard work and heavy lifting for you. Now, this is the same system that I use to build brand new accounts that generate millions of impressions, thousands of clicks, and thousands of dollars in revenue every single month. Okay, this is what I use for my own personal accounts, and I'm going to create this and give you access to all of my shortcuts, all of my skills, and all of my team for your own personal accounts. It's a really, really powerful done for you service. So if you're interested and you're serious about building passive income in 2025, then feel free to learn more. So if that makes sense for you, feel free to click this link here. I'll leave this in the description below, or you can just go to my contact on my niche website.management website and /contact, and you can contact me for more information. And I generally have a limited amount of spaces that I can accept on a month-to-month basis, because as you can imagine, I spend a lot of time in these campaigns, structuring out for other people and making sure they're successful. Anyhow, that's it for me. I hope you've enjoyed this video. It's been a bit longer than I expected. I did not expect to go into so much detail. I hope you've enjoyed it and you've got some immense value from it. Feel free to sign up to my free newsletter, where I share pretty much everything that I've explained in this video, but in step-by-step segments and bite-sized packages. Lastly, subscribe again if this video has been valuable for you. I will see you in the next one. Take care of yourself.